Hi, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. We have returning friend and good brother, Mr. Joe, Big Joe, aka Joe Williams, joining us on the podcast graciously on this Friday afternoon, our time, Central Time. Now I'm on the same time zone with him, praise God, in Tennessee, not too far away from my brother, inside of H Town, Houston. And he's going to be giving us some great geopolitical insights, as he always does. And I'm going to try to contribute with something noteworthy on the financial that we've come up with as well. So if you're new to the podcast, please do like, subscribe, and share. Helps the podcast to grow and others to gain in the knowledge you're currently being afforded. As you know, Joe is a retired military vet and a retired Houston PD vet as well. He's the author of the book Blindsided and what was it again in Visalia? Was it Vexing and Visalia, Joe?
Vexing and Vidalia.
Vexing and Vidalia, part two. He and his partner Leslie have written book. You can get those on Amazon, which we will promote below, as we always do in the link in the description. And I'm pleased and honored always to have my brother on the podcast. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm blessed, man, and blessed to see welcome to the Central Time Zone, man.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. And shout out to some of the Tennessee people watching from Oak Ridge that commented earlier. And before we get started on all the business side of things, I think people might find this, I hope, interesting. I was telling you this morning that I'm busy now going from an apartment to a house to outfit, which is always a good adjustment. I've been on one side, now the other. And I was going antique shopping this morning, trying to find stuff for the dining room and going to downtown bougie Franklin. And
Right.
they're certainly not shy with their prices, but there's some really good stuff in there, some really, really good people. So I'm enjoying the sightseeing and all the rest of it and getting myself immersed. So it's an honor. But anyway, so
Hello, it is AI Chris here. Imagine holding $100 trillion in your hand. This is an original Zimbabwe note from one of the most extreme economic events ever recorded. No longer in circulation and getting harder to find in top condition. If you're curious, check the link below.
your turn, brother. What you got for us?
Man, the one thing that's actually been I can't remember the last thing we talked about in the last show. But I'll talk about this Southern Poverty Law Center.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Cash Patel did like a little presser, and he pretty much gave you the nice small rundown. I have a shortened version of that.
Okay. I've allowed you screen share, so you're good.
Okay, good. Okay, and share. I should have turned it on. Okay, now I'm.
You're good.
No, it's not you. It's my system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's asking for.
Well, while you're doing that, Joe,
Yeah, you go ahead and start because
I'll start. Yeah,
it's asking
yeah.
for authorization to use the screen.
No, you're good. I don't want any dead time for the audience. Obviously, I know they're sitting patiently waiting. So things happen, but they understand. They're gracious. While you're setting up, I'll just get to the financial part. So some interesting developments have happened, Big Joe, here. Let me read from my phone because it'll be a little easier here to do that.
My screen
So
work.
here's what it, go ahead. I'm sorry.
My screen share won't work because I would have to shut down the system and start it back again.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, you can at least tell us afterwards. Let me just run through this real quick. This will take 5 minutes and I'll turn it over to you real fast while you're putting it together. So we put this in our Telegram this morning. Really encourage you folks to check that if you haven't already subscribed. Looks like as Iraq is down to three prime minister candidates, Basim al-Badri, which we know, Adran al-Zarfi, and Hamid al-Shatri. A decision is expected before the end of the month. Meanwhile, the ceasefire agreement has been extended, surprise, another 3 weeks, as we stated in our report, which I did earlier today, you probably saw. So the next 3 weeks are key for what we're looking to see unfold. But the key is for you folks to stay patient and persistent. Do not give up. Do not sell off because that's right when it's going to happen. Now, here's a key demarcation here. We are expecting, as we've talked about before, somewhere in this time frame, Israel is not going to be satisfied, meaning the deep state of Israel, the Khazarian mafia. They are going to indubitably strike the Bashar power plants for the final something. And this is interesting because President Trump has said he's backed out. Oh, you got it? Okay, he's backing out of Iran, which means Israel can do it, and I will return to that after Joe picks up.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no, you're good. I was going to turn it over to you as a gracious host.
Go ahead.
So, two things occurred to me today, Joe. The Kim Clement prophecy, which I'm going to play, and then another key piece of information that I picked up this morning earlier. So, let me play the Kim Clement prophecy. Many are familiar with already, but is very timely for this moment.
I'm laughing because I have a clip that's kind of
Similar.
you know how we are because we're like this.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because when you're on the same frequency, especially when it's spiritual,
Yeah.
and you're on the same frequency, things happen similarly, and
Yeah.
and it's crazy. It's it brings a tear to your eyes sometimes because it's like you're on that God wavelength, and
Right.
and and don't get me wrong, it happens on the evil side too. It does
Sure.
happen on the evil side,
Sure.
but I'm the type of people we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but go ahead, man, bro.
It's beautiful when it comes together authentically.
Oh
I'm
my
with you.
God, yes, yes.
I'm with you. And we've had that a few times, as you said. So this was Kim's final prophecy about the dinar. And then I'll tie that in with the second piece of information in a moment. Here we go.
Okay.
There shall be a break in the financial system in the Middle East, the dinar. And then he shall say, why? Why now? And God said, when things seem at their worst, I shall bring it forth and I shall free them up. There shall be a prosperity in a place where you least expect it. The prayers of my people in Iran and the prayers of my Christian people that come forth from Iraq and from Palestine, yes, Palestine, and even those regions, I will hear their prayers and I will do something marvelous and will affect this nation, says the Lord. You put your hand in the hand of Iran, I say to you, I will remove the hand of America out of the hand of Iran, says the Lord, and I will free up my people, for their promise is yes and amen. Yes and amen.
Okay, so now we're going to get out of that and go to the next one. Can you see the Fox Post here, Joe?
Yes. Israeli.
Breaking news: Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, which isn't even the original one, but that's beside the point, announces he was diagnosed, treated for prostate cancer. What a surprise there.
Well, it's funny because didn't the deep state expose some a cancer diagnosis a few months ago?
Mm-hmm.
They said he was on his deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep. Swap out.
I can show you something that'll blow your mind when it comes to that.
Well, please do, but let me just run through real quick because then it's all you after this.
Right.
So here's the two pieces of information that came to me today that were critically important. Number one, I got a call today from a dear friend. I got to keep them anonymous, obviously. Their brother got promoted to a new banking position he'd been lobbying for a while, and he's fairly high up. It's a community bank somewhere here in Tennessee. I can't say, but anyway, the gist of it is that he just got a new title, Chief Digital Operating Officer, as of when? June 1st. Now, take that together. While you're laughing, take that together. One of my dear mentors told me decades ago when I started in this in 2012, he said, the late, great George Robinson, pastor, giving credit where it's due, said, now don't spoil the beans, Joe, because I didn't know this. I want the audience to hear this.
Yeah.
He said the dinar would happen in June, but he didn't say which year. Now, we're not doing dates and rates. I'm just telling you puzzle pieces. Very interesting that his new title starts June 1st. The next 3 weeks, they're wrapping up the prime minister and the power plants, most likely, for Bashur. You got Kevin Warsh coming in when? Middle of May, when Powell leaves the 15th. Right. Trump, I said all this, folks, in the RV report, but for those who didn't see it yet, here it is. Trump said to pray for things through when? May 17th. 17, when you know, you know. May 14th, he's meeting with Xi in China, most likely over China-Taiwan, which probably means this thing with Iran is done. Warsh comes in, starts dropping rates to 1-2 percentage points. You start seeing stock market balloon up 50 to 60,000. Crypto start going up. Metal starts skyrocketing because the slingshot's pulling back. Seems to be pretty telling of where we're going to be in the next 3+ weeks. So I thought that was valuable information you might find noteworthy. Back to you.
Well, just to add on to what you just said, here is your guy right here. Now, I'm not sure if you can see my mouse.
Yeah, I see it all.
Close that. This is the real Netanyahu right here. Actually, these two are. Well, all three of these. These are all the real Netanyahu, but this is the guy right here you see in front of the camera every day, all day. The one that you see now. And this is the fake one. I mean, this is the real one. This is the fake one. And if you can't see the difference in these two, you're not paying attention. These are two different people. They are two different people. But because of the fact that you know how you can have two separate color reds, right? You have a red shirt and red pants, but if you can separate it from something, it'll look the same. And that's what's going on. You separate, you do not put the new Netanyahu next to a picture, a portrait, or a painting or anything of the old Netanyahu. So right now, everyone thinks that they have the real Benjamin Netanyahu. Actually, you don't. But, that's the conspiracy side of it. And I'm going to say, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I agree. I
But
agree.
to add on to what you just said, check this video out right here.
With the Templars, and then Rothschilds take it. And now there are some good guys. Some people are so much.
Yeah.
Let's talk in terms of real money from today forms, right? There are so much in the system, but they've been stolen by we know who. These globalist cabals, let's call it. I have a document. It's a bank account from Switzerland from a person. And since 1967 in a UBS account with 4% interest is 800 and 140 zeros. And something that people should know about that, because this is a very important information I share with you. Each country, they have ancient accounts into the bank. From the time of Solomon, from the time of the Templars, where they collect the gold. Back in time, the money was gold back. And each country have historical accounts. Today, the historical accounts, they are alive. And one person who is going to knock on all central banks' door to trigger that accounts and mirror with the real funds gold back, more than 500 billion for each country, they will receive these funds for each country to develop projects. All you need is a visionary like me to give you the blueprint for one city, and then you get money from your own bank when the time comes, and each one can have such a project. All the wealth stored by the Solomon gold and these thousands of tons, the Vatican took it with the Templars, and then Rothschilds take it. And now there are some good guys, some people they call the white hats, the military alliance, galactic alliance, which working behind the scenes very diligently to release humanity, to free humanity, and to release this money to the world. So the chief negotiator of these accounts is my friend for 15 years. So I know from him. I speak with him almost every day. People heard about QFS, Quantum Financial System. QFS, it's real. It's happening to me to be the luckiest one to have partners in America, which they partner with the QFS creator, which is a family who own a lot of gold, and they create this to give to the world for the projects. On the other hand, I'm very close friend with a princess, which she inherited a lot of money, the same like all these systems. And we just signed a joint venture agreement that she will fund my Equalize Cities. And I will give her technologies, and we fusion together between our companies.
Interesting.
Yeah. And of course, that's Nassar Jassar. That's the trust funds, Rodriguez Trust, Saint Germain Trust. I think it's a third one. There's a third one in there, but those are all the trusts that was actually supposed to be announced on September 11, 2001. But some crazy thing happened that day. I won't get into that today.
Yeah,
but,
I wouldn't know about that.
Yeah, something happened that day. So, but they were there doing their best not to expose the truth. That's their goal. They don't want to tell the truth. But I had to show you that one, and it's funny how that popped up the exact same time that you were showing that video of the gold and all of that that's coming here. And I had everything pulled up, and I told you it never fails.
Yep,
never fails.
That's cool.
So what do you have?
I mean, I pretty much spilled all that I have at this point. I mean, it's just we're coming into obviously we don't do dates and rates, right? But we're coming into the closing stages. More people are waking up. More is happening. It's ginning up to where things seem at their worst. As I look at in real time, at the time of this podcast, Friday afternoon Central Time, gold is up 4,738. Silver's up 76.44. It's marginally up. It's holding its position. it's in a holding pattern, Joe, waiting for this other stuff with Iran to release. And it's going to pop. What I find interesting is the Dow is down 179 today, but it's still at 49,310. It's holding right under that 50,000 mark. Like I said, when the Iran thing ends and Warsh comes in, boom, you're going to see the floodgates.
That's what he did. That's why I think he extended the ceasefire, because the dam is about to bust. That's basically what's about to happen, and they're doing everything they can. They don't want to get ahead of the schedule,
right?
So a lot of things that they're doing is a distraction, but this is the time for basically the great reveal. Now this is dealing with the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Mm-hmm. That's what you were talking about earlier.
Southern Poverty Law Center themselves advertise to raise money to dismantle violent extremist groups for a period of at least a decade. They use their donor network to raise money to purportedly dismantle violent extremist groups. However, the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, used the money they raised from their donor network to actually pay the leadership of these very groups. I just want to say that again. They used the fraudulently raised money by lying to their donor network, thousands of Americans, to go ahead and actually pay the leadership of these supposed violent extremist groups. The groups, as the general laid out, include the Ku Klux Klan, the United Klans of America, Unite to Right, National Alliance, the National Socialist Movement, the Aryan Nation Motorcycle Club, and the National Socialist Party of America, and also the American Front.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy because they actually financed all of the stuff that they were doing against. It wasn't just black people. They just wanted to show tension. Their goal is to keep
division.
Right. Division. I said tension. Division. They want to show division. They want to create and keep the division there, because a country that's like this will not survive, but a country like this will. And
exactly.
They don't want us to work together. They don't want us to know that we're one and the same. That's the last thing they want us to do. And so because of that, this is what they did. They used that as a talking point in order to kickstart Biden's campaign. But then everyone used that talking point. Get back to you. There it is. And this is what came of it.
The former president's comments were utterly disgusting and a textbook example of the kind of anti-Semitism facing Jews.
Marched with tiki torches in Charlottesville, Virginia, and literally chanted, "Jews will not replace us." What did Donald Trump do? He didn't condemn that anti-Semitic language. He said what? There were good people on both sides.
Let's remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side.
I made the decision to run for president after Charlottesville. Close your eyes and remember what you saw. Neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and the KKK coming out of the fields with torches.
Now, you remember this? Let me open that up. And
While you're doing that, Joe, they conveniently, as they always do, left out one thing in their propaganda narrative. All those groups they mentioned are all part of the Democrat Party.
They're all Democrats. Yes, they're all Democrats. and if anyone tell you that they're not, they are. They are. But then
go study your history.
Right. Now, she let the cat out of the bag with this one right here.
You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, unless they see it's reported in the press that this, and this, so they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic, and it's self-evident. But I think I'm worth the trouble, quite frankly.
Yeah, did she look happy to
I can't. We couldn't see it. I heard it. I didn't see it.
It's I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah, you are. I heard the audio. We didn't see the video. Just to let you know.
Oh, wow, because the video is
What's
playing.
that? Like your system's working against you, like you said.
Okay, let's
There
try
we
that.
go. That's better.
Okay.
Now I can see it.
Okay, that's the my primary screen. Let's do that then. All right. Do you
Okay,
see
there we
that?
go. Yep. See it now.
Yeah. Well, I'll play it. It's only a couple of seconds. So.
No, go ahead.
Smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic, and it's self-evident. But I think I'm worth the trouble, very frankly.
I think otherwise.
Yeah, it looked like she was just too happy to brag about
Yeah.
The actual wrap up smear itself, and yeah,
Yep.
that my God,
Predictive programming, once again, telling us what they're going to do. So I have a question, Joe, while we're talking.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the alien reveal? When and how do you think that's going to come out?
Well, you see how what is it? It's up to 13 now, 13, 14 scientists now.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's supposedly missing, which we think they're being extracted, to be honest with you. They don't want to tell the world that there are others out there. There are more territories beyond the ice wall. We're in this one area, and let's put it this way: if we knew more, we would do more. And that's the one thing they don't want. They want to keep control of us and say, just for example, fossil fuels. Now, a lot of people don't know that phrase fossil fuel was created by the oil industry in order to get you to buy more oil. That was it. Because they kept saying, well, because of the dinosaurs and the fossils, they created the oil. No. If you knew your history, if you know a little bit, or just a small dive, you don't even have to do a deep dive. The earth is it's blood. Basically, oil is its blood. The earth keeps producing this oil, and it's limitless oil, right? But they don't want you to know that. Why? Because they wanted to capitalize from it. They wanted to be able to sell you oil. If not just a little bit, they want to sell you more. Like, say, for instance, in I think it was 74, starting there, they started destroying all of the older model cars. Why? Because they're better fuel, and they're way more fuel efficient than what we have now, and they'll last forever. No, they don't want that. They want cars that you have to keep buying and repairing parts, keep buying more oil, spending more gas, and they do not want you to know about the alien technology, which is free energy. They don't want you to know about that, which is something that they already had before during the Tartarian age. But free energy was here, but they destroyed all of it and dumbed us down, and we all fell for it. We, like I said before, we all fell for banana in the tailpipe.
Tailpipe.
Yeah. Now, because of that setup with them, the deep state, they do what they always do. They will always send someone in front of you. They'll go in front of a church, or they'll send someone representative of them to react to when they get, when they're caught red-handed doing something. And hold on, it is not. Okay, there it is. And he's the president of the Southern Poverty Law Center. And of course, I'm only going to play a couple of seconds of this.
Sure.
If it plays. Okay, where is it? There it is.
55 years, the Southern Poverty Law Center has stood as a beacon of hope, fighting white supremacy and various forms of injustice to create a multiracial democracy where we can all live and thrive. We are therefore unsurprised to be the latest organization targeted by this administration. They have made no secret.
See, they have to blame Trump. You have to put Trump in there some kind of way.
Of who they want to protect and who they want to destroy. For example, in October, FBI Director Kash Patel announced the Bureau would sever its ties with the SPLC. And in December, House Republicans held a hearing to accuse us of being partisan and profitable. The latest threat is the most serious, a criminal investigation and possible charges against the SPLC or some of our employees. Although we don't know all the details, the focus appears to be on the SPLC's prior use of paid confidential informants to gather credible intelligence on extremely violent groups. This use of informants was necessary because we are no stranger to threats of violence. In 1983, our offices were firebombed, and in the years since, there have been countless credible threats against our staff. For decades, we engaged in unprecedented litigation to dismantle the Klan and other hate groups. In light of that work, we sought to protect the safety of our staff and the public.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Yeah, it's
Propaganda.
yeah, and you know he's lying because he's trying to CYA and it's not coming out right. I mean, it sounds he's very defensive of what's going on, and I can't think of a group of lawyers hiring informants to do something. Well, they weren't just regular informants. These guys were participating and doing a lot of the things. Like one of the guys that they have used the money to buy a cross and burn a cross in front of, one of the rallies that they had. He paid for that, he paid for it using the same funds that that he was given from the Southern Poverty Law Center. So, but they come on, open up. They continue to lie about all of this stuff, and the lie is starting to catch up with them.
As it always does.
Why is this not?
And
my stuff don't. It always does this when I go live.
because it's the enemy.
Yeah, yeah.
And Joe, while you're doing that, you know what I know you agree and you understand, but when they say diversity, that just means less whites, right? That's what they really mean.
But this is a breakdown of where the money went to. And as you can see, the National Alliance affiliates, 1 mil, the Aryan Nation, 300,000, 270,000 went to the alt-right. The National Alliance chairman, he got 140 in his pocket. KKK members are 73,000. You got 19,000 going to American Front and other felons. So I can't think of when I was working in the police department, our informants weren't getting this.
No,
they weren't getting this amount. It was the most they got was probably $100 here or something like that. But they weren't getting retirement money.
No, not to that on the take like that.
No,
it just goes to prove further enforce so they talk out both sides of their mouth. Look here and not here. Typical.
Exactly.
Typical. Anything else you want to show us real quick?
No, that's pretty much it because this system is about to throw up over itself. So,
cool.
I did a live with Amina the other day, right? And I just shown they did a breakdown on how the planet works, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the moment I hit end and closed the box, my system went completely dead. It went completely dead.
Never fails.
I wish I had that pulled up to show you that video of how basically the world it works.
Yeah.
But if there are more stuff that I have that it's hard to even try to put stuff out because my system will start crashing and I know someone's I've wiped my system so many times, but I believe they're in there. The ghosts in basically.
It'll come out. But you did a great job, as you always do, providing some really valuable puzzle pieces, which is what we always work to do. So, as I always do, Joe, go ahead and tell people where to find your work and all the good stuff that you can plug.
Condition based is under YouTube as well as Instagram and X. I'm under that name, Condition Based. My name used to be Black Pill Red, but I changed it because I wanted to get rid of the black pill phrasing because it was basically I kept getting suspended and I was trying to figure out why. So I said, you know what, let me change that. But then at the same time, I started noticing a pattern with President Trump and how he moved. How he moves. He moves when the conditions are right, which is basically the going with the law of war, man, and as well as the what was the Chinese what's the book I'm thinking of?
Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu, yes. And he follows that. And each time the conditions are right, he'll make another move, he'll make a step. So he's more of a counterpuncher, if anything else. And so I just said, you know what, I'm gonna go to condition based, because when the conditions are set and properly, properly put in the situation where you have the least amount of collateral damage, he'll make another move. And if you notice, that's what he's doing now. Everyone thinks that, all of this. I remember I sent you at Susan Okenda video about the gold being transported from London to the United States.
Yep.
So, but you know what? I'll tell you what, why don't you go ahead and give a closing statement, and I'll find that video for you if you want me to.
Sure. Actually, I was going to say I played that on our Noble Gold podcast.
Okay.
Thanks to you. Was that we did it on Tuesday and it came out yesterday, I believe. So yeah, we covered that.
Go to that video. Go to that video and
yeah,
and click on it and check it out, because it's in there
Yep.
how the gold was actually being transported. Well, the real gold, because
The real, yeah.
they had the fake stuff in that was here, and that's why they had to do the audit, because all of the fake stuff that was there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Okay, so we'll plug all your links, of course, in the description, and I don't have my coffee mug to show the.
But I need to. Speaking of coffee,
yeah.
This is I actually look at this, man. I got this in the mail, man. And
the brass spoon.
yeah, I love this spoon, man, because it lets you close the bag up with this little clamp here, and this is about enough that'll go inside my little reusable thing for my coffee maker, and it's perfect. And like I said, if you guys see me sipping, it's on this. I drink it at least 3 times a day. So, and it's a rejuvenating coffee, and it tastes really good. It's a nice, robust flavor to it.
Yeah,
and it's not watered down like the stuff that comes in the pre-Keurig stuff that you can get. No, don't get me wrong. I still buy that because I don't want to go through my good stuff too quick. So, but I still keep it. But those who can, jump on Amazon and buy Blindsided, and Only the Strongest Survive. I don't have the book in front of me, but it actually I'm not sure if my image is on here. Let's see if it's on here. My thumbnail. It should be. Oh, I don't have my thumbnail set up on this, but yeah, my thumbnail is it's basically the Laugh Now Cry Later, the theater, the theatric mask that's on there. And one of my passions of writing is one of the things I do, because I'm forever writing. I'm always, everything we do, it starts with a screenplay. We write movie screenplays. We've actually won 3rd place in Hollywood screenwriting competition, 5th in San Francisco, and we decided to turn one of them into a book, which is what you have, Blindsided. And we're working on Vexing in Vidalia right now. Original title used to be called Malediction, but we actually had to change that because when we first wrote the screenplay for Malediction, that title was never being used. But now, if you go look up the word malediction now, it's countless books and movies that are out there now named or titled Malediction. So we changed it to, I wasn't fond of Vexing in Vidalia because I wanted to go with something little bit better. So I think we're going to go ahead and change it to a vexing invite, putting that A in the front to create the search. When you search for stuff, it'll be on top. But that's just me and my anal retentive personality. But anyway, John, I know you have to get back to moving and looking for furniture and stuff, man. So
it's all good. It's all good. Well, again, we'll put those links in the description as always, so people can find the book and find your work. Where we just want to plug that and please give Amina our regards. She's always been good to the channel for
matter
years.
of fact, I was on the phone with her right when you called. I was on the phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Give her a shout out. Tell her hello.
Okay.
And folks, as you know, we have some great sponsors for the channel, whether you need precious metals or conversion with noble gold or currencies, obviously dinar, dongs, and Thai Baht Bolivar and all the other ones, good provider there. We'll leave that link in the description and video as well. Joe, always a pleasure, brother. Appreciate you personally, professionally. Thank you for doing this on short notice. We'll have you back again late May, as you know, where we'll go into more detail. I think we'll have even more to talk about then than we do now, if that's possible.
To be honest, I don't want to have that show. And
I understand. I understand.
Want everything else to kick off to where, NDAs are signed and we can just jump on and say, hey guys, I'll talk to you later.
Peace.
Yeah. But until then,
I don't control that part, but if it does, I'm in agreement with you. And I know everybody vociferously watching would be nodding their head, and I'm with them. So from your lips to God's ears. But if we do have another show, we'll definitely have you on then. We'll look forward to it. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great weekend. And we will see you all next time.
Hello, it is AI Chris here. Have you heard of the Great Wealth Transfer, and are you ready for it? Some are positioning themselves by collecting physical currencies tied to major economic events, such as the Iraq Dina, Vietnamese Don, and the Zimbabwean bond notes. It's not about hype, it's about positioning yourself right. If you're curious, check the link below.